Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. In this video, it has now been a year that Barbara and I have actually lived here at Lake Chapala. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of give you a look at what we would have done different if in fact we knew then what we knew now. So maybe this can be a little bit of a help for you in regards to taking advantage of that and being able to use that to your benefit when you're looking to either move to retire to Lake Chapala. Before I get to that, I'd like to encourage you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and I know that you want to be a part of it. It's fast, free, and easy to do. On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a little red box. Tap on it, you're subscribed, and you'll know when our next video comes out. Also, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That lets other people know it's a great video that they want to watch in regards to coming to Lake Chapala. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. Some of the things here I'm going to share with you, I just hope that you can take some of these and take note to better prepare you. Here's one of the things, and that is not get so enthralled, not get so pulled in to what the media states in the U.S. What's amazing is when you get here, I've not just spoken to a couple of people, I've spoken to a lot of expats about this subject, and that is them feeling safe. It's really, there's a picture really being painted in the States through media that, you know, the cartels are all over the place and, you know, they're out to get you and, you know, you better be watching behind your back. No, I've never felt that. I don't know of anyone else here that's ever felt that either. So it's just one of those kind of things. I think it's somewhat of a myth. It's kind of like saying that Mexicans are lazy. They are not lazy. If you're here, you'd find that they work very hard. So they're just things that I think we're kind of raised with or focused to in regards to Mexico. But there's a lot of great things here and good reasons to be here. So not being so influenced. Another one, our trip coming down. When we left here last April of 2021, we came for 8 days to check the place out. And then what we did was, on the information that we had on our flight back to Albuquerque, we made a decision that we were going to move here. Well, we made a decision right away because we wanted to get prepared to come down. So we had to search for someone that was able to bring a few of our items down. Well, I didn't really go get any kind of references. It was somebody from church that had referred them. And it was a terrible experience coming down. I've actually got a video. I talked about that. Really a bad experience. Nothing I would want anybody else to go through. So what I would say, one of the things would I should have gotten references of the individuals that are doing the services of bringing folks down. Now, as I said, we didn't have a moving company. We had somebody that's from the States but lives here at Lake Chapala, goes up to the border, met us at the border. We put our stuff on his trailer and came on down. And it was a terrible experience. And I know I say it over and over and over because it was really a bad one. And that's something I would have done, is really looked into the options, more of the options of doing that, making the trip down. Another thing, and I think I would have made learning Spanish a little bit more of a priority. And I'm not saying everything. I'm just talking about some simple things. You know, there's things for the most part that when we're, you know, in the States, like muchas gracias, thank you, buenos dias, good morning, buenas tardes, good afternoon, and then buenos noches was just good night. Go farther than that, maybe into the numbers and learning some things that will be beneficial for you. That's something I think that we would have done a bit more of, looking back and taking a look at that time. Something else. I wish somebody had a YouTube channel like this channel. I wish there was someone that took enough care and concern to want to help more people be able to make the trip down here to Lake Chapala a lot easier. I'm talking about all the gamuts of the move. Everything. I'm talking about everything from insurance agents, realtors, rental agents. What about this? What about that? What does this look like? I mean, all the things that you've come to appreciate about our channel. I just wish there was another channel like that I could have seen more and been a little bit better prepared to come down. So that's another thing that I would have liked to have seen, is more videos like the videos that we actually produce. The gentleman who shared, I mentioned I wasn't coming to Mexico. Barbara had an inkling of liking to live in Mexico, but I was not for it. But a gentleman who's a very good friend of mine, a pastor friend, we'd known each other for like 25 years. He's the one that actually called me and talked about moving to Ajijic, Mexico. Well, first of all, I says, wait a minute, what's the name of it? And then that led, he sent a video to us, and then we watched another video, and we saw a few videos. I just wish there was more videos like that. But their name is Steve and Cheryl, and just a pastors, heart for Jesus. I wish that, because they were looking at coming down, and I so wish I'd have been more influenced, a better influence to them, maybe put more assertiveness into having them moved here, because they passed away of COVID November of last year. And that's been a tough thing for me to deal with. I think if they would have been here, they wouldn't have had that happen. So there's times I think about that. I just wish I would have been more assertive. I mean, I realize they shared it with us about coming down because they were looking at doing the same thing. I just wish I'd have been a bit more assertive, but in regards to that they needed to move down here right away also. Another thing is that we had two cars. I had a Honda Accord and Barbara's got a Toyota, and we decided to sell my car and drive her car down. Well, looking back at it, we probably should have left that car in Albuquerque. That way, when we travel back and forth, there's a car there waiting for us. Now, I don't know if you had that thought, but I just had that thought just the other day. Somebody else was talking about that they have a car here that they've got, but they've also got one back home when they go back. That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea to plan on that, just so you've got a vehicle to be able to get around when you go back to the States. For some, they just rent a vehicle. That's fine. I just felt that we probably could have gotten more for my car, and it would have been something great just having, while we were there, is having another vehicle. Another thing, I probably would have looked at more to insurance, to realtors and also to rental agents. I think I would have done more homework. I think I wish there was someone that, that I talked to, that was able to talk to, like Raul, who's our realtor, and Myrna and Marina, the rental agents, two of them. I wish there was a video or something that we could have seen about that, because we could have then made some choices, maybe a little bit different than what we did. We love where we're at, but it might have given us more options. So I'm not saying that we don't like being here. I'm just saying that would have been more options. I would have kind of been more prepared to be able to share that then with other people about how they need to prepare and plan for it. Here's another one. We hear of moving here and all you need is your toothbrush. Well, that's for the most part true. What I did is I went all in. And when I say all in, I threw boxes of pictures away. I had pictures of my grandson when he was born, when he was just a little kid, and pictures of him growing up that I threw away, pictures of businesses I'd been involved in and people around, and just at life's experiences. I was really one to take pictures of everything as it's just like I went through life, and things that I thought were interesting or important, taking pictures of. A couple of businesses that I had, I did a lot of photos. And if you're looking at coming down, I would say hold on to things that are important to you. I had some awards. I had some things that were really neat. An award that was actually a clock. I threw this all away because I knew that when we came down, we were coming down with a little 5x9 trailer from U-Haul. And I knew that we only had a certain amount of room. So what I did was on the floor, We had laminate, and on the floor, I basically put like 4 corners, the measurement. In other words, 4 by 8 measurements on the ground using electrical tape. Like in the corners, I just made it like, you know, a corner, about that much. And so like 6 inches by 6 inches. That way, when I put a box down, we could then stack, and we know exactly, I knew how high it could have been. And, but I think I would have done a little bit more in regards to saving some of those items that I ended up throwing away. I mean, I threw away a lot of things that had some real memories to them. So that's something that I would have done if I was to do it over again, and that is to save more of those precious things that were really important, that I'd held on to for so many years. So that would be something else that would be important. Another thing, probably should have moved here sooner. I think that when I look back at it, I think a lot of things could have been well taken care of if we'd done it sooner. And then I go back to Steve and Cheryl again, and if we would have moved sooner, I think that would have made an influence for them too. So that's something that I think I really missed out on in regards to being here sooner, living the lifestyle here sooner. It being a lot easier financially for us. I don't have nearly the amount of stress that I had in the States. So that's something that I thought we could have done, was move sooner. Something else I'm looking at, and that is I should have started this channel sooner. I had no idea of having a YouTube channel. When I made a little video for family and friends, just kind of showing them what it looked like down here, somebody said, put it on YouTube. I said, I don't know how to YouTube. I've never done anything like that before. So there was a learning curve, a huge learning curve. And I've got a video coming out just kind of talking about our journey on YouTube. But a big learning curve. But I wish I would have probably done it sooner and just jumped in, which I didn't do. I just had all kinds of there was challenges. I could have quit so many times starting it. Just all the mistakes and things I made. So that would be something that I wish I would have done sooner. Here's something else I wished would have had. And I know there's a couple of these here, but I don't think there's one that would be the way that I would do it. Anything that I do, I give it 110%. I make it the best. I make it something that when you see it, wow, whatever it is I've done in life, whether it's public speaking, whether it's standing in front of a room of thousands of people and being a motivational speaker, whether it's in my athletic career, things that would be important, I think, to individuals that are looking to move down here. And that's a relocation service. But make it a service that everybody hears about that's looking at coming to Lake Chapala. I'm not just talking about being a realtor and having something like this. I'm talking about somebody who genuinely cares about people and their experience about coming down, to know fully what they're getting into. Being able to have the opportunity. I made a little list for myself here. So an immigration attorney. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about this, and I'd like for you in the comments to comment in regards to what you think about this. And that is dealing with immigration attorneys. It's important here, I would say, to have an immigration attorney. Our immigration attorney, unlike in the U.S., it would cost $400 to $500 an hour. Our immigration attorney costs $25 an hour, 500 pesos. That is unbelievable. And she's not only an immigration attorney, a real estate attorney, and an estate planning attorney. Those are huge when it comes to an attorney. But letting other people be able to be introduced to her, that they could have that great experience. Real estate attorney, like I mentioned. Realtors. There's a lot of good people here. And I mentioned in another video about the only thing it takes to be a realtor is a business card. And that's literally the truth. No training, no certification, none of that. You got a business card, you can be an attorney. But there are those that have access to the MLS and that are basically registered and certified to be a realtor. But there's a majority that are not. So being able to meet somebody, be around somebody, ask questions to somebody that's a real estate attorney or a realtor that can share things, because they're the ones, the right realtor, the good realtors know what areas to choose, what areas not to choose, what developments to be a part of, which ones are not made as well. Know all those kind of things. Which ones are prone to water breaks or not having water, or I know internet service is an important thing. The construction, the quality of construction of homes and all. So those are important things that I think that a good realtor has information on that can really help guide someone. An insurance agent. Now, we actually use Andre from Bellon Insurance, and I'm so grateful for him because he speaks great English. 95% of his customer base are expats, and he's the one that said to me, the importance of having, if you're driving here in Mexico, the importance of having Mexican auto insurance, not auto visitors or tourist insurance, but Mexican auto insurance. Andre, if Barbara and I have an accident here at Lake Chapala, Guadalajara, a representative out of Andre's office comes to the accident, is there, intercedes, is able to translate. I mean, all those things that are really important if you're involved in an accident. That's not the time to be thinking of, well, who can I call, as compared to, you know, us calling Andre and it's taken care of. Important. But that's something that a visitor coming down to taking a look at possibly retiring here should be able to know about too. It's important like that. Medical facilities, medical hospitals, clinics. The importance of that. That's one of the biggest questions that I get is about medical care. Because we're getting older. Those of us that are moving here, we're not in our 20s or our 30s or our 40s. We're in our 60s, 70s, and 80s. Insurance, medical care, really, really important thing to have and be able to get that experience and talk to somebody instead of you getting here and trying to figure out, well, where do I need to go to talk to this person? But to have that plan, a service that would provide the opportunity of being in front of a doctor to be able to talk to, or a dentist. A lot of people I've talked to that are expats come here to have dental care done. It's a whole lot cheaper. I've actually had people tell me that have had dental care here that the savings was like 75% less. Can you believe that? Dental care for 75% less than what it costs in the States. Unbelievable. And there are people that come here just for that. Pharmacies, being able to talk to people at a pharmacy, finding out about the medication that you take. Is it readily available? Does it come in the doses that are important to you? Do they stock it normally? Is it something that's on the shelf that when you need it, you're able to get to it? Being able to talk to a pharmacist, being able to know where the pharmacies are at that will be able to get that care for you. How about veterinarians? A lot of folks love dogs, pets, cats, animals. How about getting a chance to meet a good veterinarian? Now, did a video again 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, of a veterinarian, Dr. B. I mean, it's one of those things that I think people that have dogs and pets think of, but where do you go when you get here? Which one is the better one? Is there somebody that could have already done some homework to figure out which one seems to do the best job and would be very, very beneficial speaking with, you about your pet and the care that your pet will receive and the care that you can expect being done. Also, as I've mentioned, pharmacists, and I think I come back to this because I really believe that those are one of the things that people are most concerned about. Can I get my medications? And so that's an important one. Here's a favorite of a lot of people. How about a great restaurant? How about knowing, you say you like Italian food, and that person knowing, or that service knowing 2, 3, 4 different Italian restaurants that they know that you'd love to be able to go eat at, or a steak restaurant, fish, seafood restaurant, Chinese restaurant, obviously a lot of Mexican food restaurants here, Italian, knowing what the better restaurants are. And it isn't always the bigger places. In the States, I think of a lot of expats go to Olive Garden if they're looking at Italian. Olive Garden is a great place, but I think that there's a restaurant here that's better than that. And if somebody comes here, a visitor or someone who's from the channel has moved here that wants, you know, what's a good Italian restaurant, I can tell them Pasta Trenta. I'm so impressed not only by the owner there, Barbara, but also about the way she runs her restaurant, the passion she has for the restaurant, the things she's always trying to do to make her restaurant better. Incredible. Just got back from being in Europe to look for new choices and new selections of Italian food. Just an incredible experience. Gosia. Gosia is the name of her restaurant, but Gosia, she's from Poland, and incredible. She is really, really passionate about her restaurant. And I did a video with her also, and that kind of thing. So when you come here, you can have a great experience getting to eat the kind of food that you'd like to eat, and even try some other kinds of food. But I will tell you, I think that's one thing that a lot of people love to know about is what's a great restaurant? What's a great tour service? Or would that person offer the ability of taking a ride around to kind of get an idea of knowing what is Jocotepec like? What is there? The Racket Club, West Ajijic, going into La Floresta and San Antonio, Chula Vista, Marisol, Riberas, going to Chapala. Well, which one of those are the best for you? I just recently, one of our subscribers that just moved here just recently, I took her around, drove around, because she was looking for areas that she wanted to possibly look at buying a house, and wanted to kind of know a little bit more about what the place is like, what's it like here, where are these kind of services. So, and this isn't something that's new to me in regards to looking at putting something like this together. I'm talking about it being planned specifically for you to make your trip a lot less strenuous, anxiety, to where you can take a deep breath and just relax and know that you're going to be able to see the things and talk to the people and experience what's really important to you. So what I'd like you to really do is give me your thoughts on that. Share with me, would that be something that would be beneficial for you? And I'm not talking about it's going to be, you know, $600, $700, $800, $1,000. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the opportunity for even a few $100s to be able to have a group of individuals. And transportation too, that'd be an important thing, a place to stay. To be able to do all of that in a shorter period of time so you can enjoy even more. But being able to know what are the good bankers in town? What's the better banks? What are the better banks that deal with the estates? How easy is it to be able to get access to your money while you're here? How to do that? Where to grocery shop? You know, what's the Walmart like here? I mean, all these things that I think that folks come. So I'd like to get your comments on that. Please share with me. You can either do it with comments or do it by email. Those would be fine. Well, that's what I wanted to share with you. What we would have done then if we knew what we knew now. So what I'm trying to do is give you a year's worth of experience that can be brought into just a matter of days. And tell me if that would be something that would be beneficial to you. If you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's fast, free, and easy to do, and I know you want to be a part of it. There's a little red box in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Tap on that, and you're subscribed, and you will know when the next video comes out. Also, give us a thumbs up. That lets other people know this is a great video about retiring to Lake Chapala. Stop by, say hi, leave a question, comment, ask us about a video you'd like to see. Also, go ahead and hit the bell. What that'll do is immediately notify you that our next videos come out. That way you don't want to miss any of our next videos. I will tell you that. So with that, as always, thank you so much for being a part of this video. We really appreciate you. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.